Okay, there's literally no way about it, right? I literally thought of a quote earlier and I thought, oh, this is kind of genius. I don't remember what it was. It was like basically, oh, fuck, I wish I like, why did I not remember it? I should have written it down. Ah, fuck's sake. I always think I'm gonna remember shit and then I don't. Um, yeah, it was like, to not be in love with life is to be well, it's just foolery, basically. How the fuck can you be so blind? I don't want this to come from an egotistical way, but there's no way you can live your whole life and not like just be in awe at the magnitude. You know what I mean? Because like you have your problems in life, and this is what I've been dealing with today. Like for hours and hours, I've had this like bad trip. I've just been facing shit that I haven't been facing in my life, and it's felt really good. And this kind of, but it's just been like a negative, like overhaul, like literally, like yeah, levels just coming at me of all this shit that I'm not doing in my life that I need to do. That I'm just like distracting myself with like bullshit and like porn and TV and distractions. I have this vision I want to create, but I'm just like not doing it. And it's so crushing, but like, do you ever just get the feeling that you just want to fucking blow it all up and just scream? You know what I mean? I just mean like the insanity at the bottom of your life, at the bottom of fucking physics. What the fuck is? Do you not just want to fucking blow your fucking head off and just run into a field and just fucking blow up and just go? Ah! I've had this urge in me to just like scream with all of my power, but I can't really because the public will just look at me like I'm insane. But I feel like people can kind of relate to this feeling maybe, but I don't know. I feel like it's at like the bottom of life. It doesn't really matter what your problems are and what all these distractions are and shit, but there's just like this urge and this like screaming child within everyone. It's like the soul of everybody. Like, and I feel like we can all really connect. Like, I don't know why people don't see this, and I really hate the term of like, oh, you're just a meat bag, and then you die, and then there's just nothing forever. Uh, if you know what I mean, that's just silly. But like, think you are literally the fabric of existence. Okay, you're not just a meat bag that's here for no reason, and then you die. Oh, I gotta tell you, I better film it before it goes. I was staring at the sky earlier, right? It still looks pretty magnificent. It's all frosty and shit. Oh my god, I need to catch a breath, man. I'm so dehydrated as well. But yeah, I was just looking at the sky, and then like words just start appearing. And I remember the first word was like reality, but it was all like, you know, like really divine English text, and I don't know if it's English, but you just in general, like all swirly and like how it all twists and turns with the landscape that it's drawing on. It just became reality, and I could probably see it now if I really try. Yeah, I can still see it. I could just see it. I just see letters everywhere. Even the phone that I'm recording and I'm looking at it all, it's like there's all language and everything flowing through it, and it's just a matrix of the mind, and it's just a never-ending twist and turn of like insanity. You know what I mean? And even if you're not suffering or anything, it's just like, can you not all relate to it? And I feel like if you really get, and I've been wanting to have this experience with people and really get to the bottom of life. You know, I want to like stare a person in the face and realize, like, at their core, it is really so beautiful because you realize that we are each other. Because you're likely, because you are the fabric of the universe, isn't it? It's not like you're just like this one fragment and then you're just gonna die and then nothing exists forever. It's like, it's just like this magnificent genius of the whole universe. Like, when you get into the existential shit and it's like, oh, why does anything exist? It's just like a never-ending insanity, you know, which is true. I need to just take a breath, man. But then it's also like you can't not see the divinity and like the whole. It's like a grand plan of the universe. Like it's all planned. The epic plan of the universe was to just blow your mind. You know what I mean? Blow your mind. And yeah, what I was saying at the beginning is like to be blind to this and just to miss it is just foolery. How can you like? And again, it's not coming from an egotistical place, but how can you not just like see from like a meta perspective when you take a step back? It's like fuck. It's all just like insanity, and you kind of take this step back as if you're looking at it from like a higher perspective. And I guess this is what spirituality is probably. It's like what the fuck. You know what I'm on about. I don't need to go on. It's like the core. And I don't think anyone can really argue with it. It's like literally at the bottom of life what I'm thinking about. It's like you can't argue with it because it's just energy, right? It's just like twisty and fucking it's like just energy. I heard this term from like the Pursuit of Wonder YouTube channel. It's like you're done into this landscape of exploding energy and you're just sat at the end of it wondering what the fuck to do. I hate the insanity, but I love it at the same time, and it's inescapable. And I guess this is what awakening is becoming aware of like the grander scheme. And I'm not particularly proud of I guess the things I say, or it's not the things that I've been saying, it's like the stance that I've been having on it. Like I don't want to make it seem like I'm better than anybody, you know, because at our core we're all just like the same. But yeah, I mean, there's so much shit that I haven't been dealing with in my life, man, and it's like it's just this is what I'm talking about. A good music video is you gotta fucking watch it. Is Let It Happen by Tame Impala, and this is kind of it's he's just going like something's trying to get out, and it's like this music video, this guy, and it's just like general life, and then like yeah, it's just at the bottom. It's like what the fuck is it all, you know? But it's all like magnificent, and you can't really do anything about it. It's like existential at the bottom. And this is kind of what I've like devoted the essence of my being to. If anyone really has any worries, if anyone really wants to give a fuck about what I'm about, I guess it really probably just boils down to what I'm talking about here, like the pure energy frequency level of being. And then there's just trying to logically make the best you can of that, you know, with compassion and love, and have the best time you can. Because, like you say, it's just you're just thrown into this exploding energy matrix. So you better just try and have the best time. And this is the plan of the universe, is to just blow your mind. So I can't ever disregard psychedelics. I was thinking earlier, oh, what am I doing, man? Just buying these random mushrooms, and my body was feeling like shit for hours. I'll tell you how this trip started. I took the mushrooms. I literally woke up at 2 a.m., right? And I had this whole ceremony planned. And I knew that it was probably going to be quite a deep trip. Because there was so much shit. And this is kind of what I planned to do, really, is to just face all of this fucking bullshit that's been accumulating in my life. And it's like, it's getting so fucking loud that I just want to fucking blow it all up in a field with a fucking bomb. You know what I mean? Ah. And this is why I can't like hate on psychedelics. Like people say, oh, don't do psychedelics. But trust me, man, if you were to take psychedelics, it will get to the fucking bottom of who you are on the metaphysical level. But yeah, I don't want to have no like actualized.org take on shit where I just like kind of think that I'm better than everybody. yeah, I got very entangled in all of his teachings, and he is like a fucking very magnificent, like, he understands, but I think he's really probably tangled in his ego and shit a bit too much, but he sees like a grander scheme. I don't want to talk about this guy because maybe people don't know who I'm on about, but long story short, actualize.org is a fucking masterpiece and is doing life justice. People like Terence McKenna, man, like, I gotta give some fucking credits to these people. They're like literally my favorite people. Like Terence McKenna, Wim Hof, they're such fucking great people. Um, so who's Terence McKenna? He just talks about psychedelics and what I'm on about here, like the bottom of your mind and like telepathy and stuff. Like, trust me, you're probably yet to find all this stuff that I'm on about. Really, existentially thinking, like, when you start like encountering your death and shit at the end of life, like the bottom of your shit. um, it's crazy because there's no point in even talking, and this is the kind of like the whole meta perspective of the insanity, because it's all ultimately meaningless, right? So yeah, it doesn't matter anything that I do. It's like, and to really like think about that and to think about the scale of the meaninglessness, but at the same time it's like just as meaningful as you make it. It's obviously like the grand scheme of you can't, and awakening is a real thing, right? It is a real thing. And this is uh and it's not like an egotistical bullshit, or what this is basically is meditation and contemplation on the fundamentals and the fabric of reality. That is awakening. And you will realize this grander scheme, and you'll realize that you're like part of this big flow, and there's nothing you can do about it. Like, you can't really argue with me. It's like an inescapable, just you're with this energy. And yeah, it's just like, I don't know. How can people be so fucking blind? It's like, and again, it's not egotistical. It's just like, how could you not see it? But again, I want to be careful with the way that I present myself, you see, because these past videos and things, like the awakening videos, that um, the mind is just inherently self-deceptive, and as soon as you think you got a one-up on the mind's actually got 1,000 one-ups on you, and it's just an endless fucking mind game. Um, and this is really like, people say, oh, whatever, philosophy is just airy fairy bullshit, but no, it is like, if you really look into it, and let me this is basically how my insanity began, right? Basically, so people just see, there's normal people growing up, you get road man, whatever, smoking weed, trying to be cool now, whatever, and then there's me for some reason, and then I go, well, what's the fucking meaning to it all? And I can't really escape this question. And like, it kind of never ends. It's not like a pessimistic stance, but there's nothing I can do about it. It's just like the bottom. What the fuck is it? You know what I mean? And yeah, it's just in like a, you can't escape the insanity because it's just you are the fabric of it. And that's what awakening is. Yeah, uh, I guess I'll admit like shit that I'm shit like. I'll just admit like this shit that I'm like shameful of, I guess, because it's like when I'm getting to this level where like the bottom of my being, it doesn't matter, and I kind of hate how like I won't be able to get a fucking job because I speak up about this shit. You know what I mean? I know I don't want to be seen like a dickhead with my other content, kind of, but But this is like the bottom of what I'm about, and I can't escape it. It doesn't matter what I do or what revelation I have or anything. There's just this screaming insanity of this inner child that's just like, and you know, and I just like, there's no reason right now why I don't just fucking run into a wall and just scream at the top of my fucking lungs and blow my head off. You know what I mean? And it wouldn't matter, and I might as well do it, literally. And it's crazy to think that fuck it, I might as well literally just do that right now. You know what I mean? But like, I'm not just saying that. Like, I guess I'm just going on forever now. But this is what I might just be going on forever. But you can't really escape the magnitude of the thing that I'm talking about because it literally is your whole being. Yeah. What was I even talking about? I don't even know. But yeah, the thing like the Big Bang. Yeah, that's fucking retarded. I don't know. Like, you don't just Big Bang and then everything exists as if there's like actually time. And then all of there's this theory, right? And this is what I was having an argument with my mate. Like, he said, "Oh, everything eventually in the universe will die, right? And there'll be no more matter, there'll be no more energy. Kind of, it will all just reach like a flat, cold state. There is a name for it. It's like the end of the universe, literally. Um, but it's all like it's fucking stupid, right? Because time doesn't really exist. You're just in this like never-ending like twist and turn of the fabric of reality. So it doesn't matter if like the universe ends because you are the universe. Where are you gonna go? You know what I mean? It's like you can't die because you are the only thing that there is. Do you understand the magnitude of what I'm talking about here? It's like, again, not egotistical, but wake up. Literally, this is what I mean by awakening. Like, you right now, fuck everything. Take massive deep breaths, right? Until you're literally like blowing up as a fucking human. What was I even talking about? I don't know, but you get the grander scheme of everything that I'm saying here. And there's no point. So I literally might as well just slit my throat and just. But yeah. And this just results in like huge appreciation for the bigger picture. Like I've got these problems in my life and shit. So basically, oh fuck, I don't know. The way I've been approaching my work and stuff is just awful. Like I had this like decent job, I guess, with these like pretty good people who like supported me. And then like I just went down this like mental tormenting twists and turns because I started taking loads of fucking mushrooms and shit, and basically realized what I'm saying here. But overall, it was like I awoken to my bigger vision. It was like, fuck, I don't. So basically, what happened with this job? So I was in a builder's merchant. It was a 9 to 5. Basically, I just sell building materials, whatever. It wasn't even a 9 to 5. It was like fucking what was it? 7:30 till 5 every day, and it was just long as fuck. Um, I was there for a year, and it done like I literally became an adult, and those people saw me really grow massively, and I have huge respect for these people, and I really kind of hate the way that I left them or whatever. But I know I'm getting a bit carried away. But um, what was I saying? But yeah, no, this is basically just how my life just kind of blew up in my face. And this is just what I'm dealing with now. It's just like I just been blown up, like everything just hit me. I've literally been dealing with like levels coming at me. I don't know if you can see where I am, but I'm just on the sofa, right? I'll show you like my living room and shit. And I've just been here, like screaming, going, "Oh!" Like not literally screaming, but I'm just like I'm looking at my hands and I'm seeing like sacred geometry and how it all flows. Um, I keep forgetting what I'm saying, but it's just meaningless. You know what I mean? Fuck it. I have no idea. And, but yeah. You understand what I'm saying? Oh yeah, about my job. Um, so yeah, I just like I had this job and I was like, oh yeah, I'll get money in that. I was, and this is, I'll tell you now, people, you are asleep in reality, and again, not egotistical, not really, because this is the bottom of your life. All right, I don't really give a fuck about me or whatever because it doesn't matter. Um, but yeah, I was a normal human. You just see this large scale of sleeping sheep, right? And it, please don't see this sleeping sheep like paradigm of like how it's egotistical and stuff, like, because if you trust me, if you really go to the bottom, if you really go to the depths and the shit that you do not want to face, and it's really weird, like, how do you actually get to these experiences? And really it must be psychedelic induced or meditation induced. You know what I mean? Because I will never really get to these depths that I'm talking about here. So, you know what I mean? Yeah, so I took how many? I took like nearly 7 grams of mushrooms, I guess, and I just had this like super negative, but it felt really good, kind of. I was just dealing with all my problems, all the shit that I wasn't facing. It was like finally, I'm just letting it breathe, and it's all just coming out of me, and I'm like, fuck, and I'm just sat at the end of this matrix of exploded energy. And can't we all relate to this? And this is spirituality, and this is why I love life, really. And I literally love you to, because, and everybody, right? Because I am you existentially, and I'll probably, well, I don't think there's a doubt in my mind that, like, well, that's it. We're the fabric of each other. So that's it. You don't really want to face these existential things, I guess, because they don't really help your survival. But it's like everything in the universe has an intention. It's like, not that it's ultimately has a meaning. Um, yeah. Oh my god, wait, what are these? Oh, I was just thinking about these like super new age people and stuff. Uh, I guess it kind of is true. It's stupid, man. It's like, oh, these. So you'll hear these new age people going about the Pleiadians and there's fucking the 5D Earth and that. And I'm not really about all that, I guess. But when you realize, like, literally reality is just a figment of your mind, like, something I was listening to earlier is like, if you stop right at the bottom of your life, you can't get behind consciousness. And like, there's this massive argument of like, is there matter over consciousness? What's like the prevailing fundamental thing?